Alright, in this video I wanted to talk about the Black Ops 6 stuff that got announced recently and the Year 11 stuff that got announced for Destiny 2, but fuck all that stupid nerd shit. Fucking official Guilty Gear anime announcement, babe, wake up. Also, yeah, I got a new PNG, I guess, and by got a new one, I mean I drew it. It's been a few days since the last time I uploaded, I apologize for that, but yeah, I've been like playing a bunch of Destiny 2, and I was also spending some time drawing this, although this took like maybe a day or two. I'm wondering how this will translate into the video quality once I upload this. But yeah, the anime is going to be called Guilty Gear Strive Dual Rulers. And yeah, I talk about it occasionally on here. I really like fighting games, and Guilty Gear is one that I really like a lot. Just like, I remember seeing Exerd, one of the versions of Exerd, a really long time ago. And I was like, wow, this shit looks amazing. This is a fighting game and it's 3D, but it looks 2D. It's super cool. And then I watched Wooly's Guilty Gear lore series leading up to the release of Strive, and like with most fighting games, I don't play them as often as I would want to, but you know, I'm a fan of fighting games, just, you know, in terms of the gameplay aspect and also the like art aspect of it as well. But yeah, one interesting thing about this actually is that if you look at the promotional image here, you can see that Soul doesn't have his ponytail or his headband, which, if you know what happens in the Guilty Gear Strive story mode, this basically confirms that this is going to take place after the story. So it'll be nice to see where these characters and the story for Guilty Gear is going. But yeah, I'm just here on X Defiant. I was originally going to play Call of Duty just because for some reason, even though SBMM makes it so that you actually have like harder games or whatever, depending on how good you do, I find it easier for me to get decent gameplay in Call of Duty, especially when I'm sniping. But maybe that's just me getting lucky with my lobbies. But yes, our Lord and Savior Mark Rubin blessed us with another double weapon XP weekend. Apparently they're going to be adjusting the XP rate, I'm assuming, when the first season comes out, so I'll be interested to see how that's handled. And before I actually mention the stuff that I wanted to talk about, I guess I should mention more X Defiant stuff during the Ubisoft Forward event that happened earlier. Oh! There is a trailer for the Season 1 launch of X Defiant, and the new faction there, along with the new weapons and stuff. The GSK, which I guess is one of the factions from Rainbow Six. You know, I'm assuming it's like with Jaeger and stuff. I don't remember if that's what they're called in that, but yeah, he has the like blinding ballistic shield and the trophy system. I forget what it's called in Rainbow Six, but you place it down and it basically shoots grenades out of the sky. But you know what? I might play them just because I'm tired of being flashbanged and having grenades thrown at me every single second of every single match. But yeah, the new faction got announced, a new map got announced, and there's going to be a new map every single month. So it's going to be like three per season. And there's a new sniper rifle that got announced. The L115? I forget what it's called. And then there's a double barrel shotgun, which is kind of like, it seems kind of redundant. It should just be like an attachment for the regular double barrel that we already have, but whatever. Maybe it'll have different attachments. I hope it does. And then I believe there's also a new assault rifle. I'll be honest, I don't remember. The only things that I really care about were the double barrel and the sniper. Me when I try to fight at range with an SMG. Wow, I killed that guy. And I destroyed a spider drone. Get fucked, idiot. I had no health. I'm angry. But yeah, they also recently nerfed the jump spamming and crouch spamming. Basically, if you do it too much really fast, your aim will start swaying. Why did he stand there? He just stood there and took that. But yeah, I am noticing people jumping and crouch spamming less. People still jump around because you can still do it a little bit, but I'm noticing a lot of people crouch spamming a lot less. I very rarely see that. Oh, I killed the guy. Get fucked, idiot. It's crazy how much faster this game feels compared to even Modern Warfare 3. I know this news is relatively old at this point, but, you know, like I said, I haven't uploaded in a few days. But the Black Ops 6 reveal, showcase, whatever you want to call it, thing that happened like a week ago at this point. I have nothing really to say about it other than what they showed looks really good. I more so care about the multiplayer and the zombies when it comes to these newer games. Oh, spider bot. You know, Jeff mentioned it in his video, but I didn't realize that, yeah, the spider bot like starts affecting you like even before it jumps on your face, which is kind of annoying. But anyways, yeah, the campaign stuff looks cool. It's weird that unlike the Modern Warfare reboot series, the Cold War / Black Ops series is actually a continuation of the original Black Ops series. So, you know, World at War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 are all canon. I don't know if Black Ops 3 and 4, well, before doesn't have a campaign, but wow, what a masterful display of accuracy and skill there by both of us. But yeah, unlike the Modern Warfare series, the Black Ops series from the olden days is still canon to the Cold War era of games. They also confirmed apparently that the ending where in Black Ops 2, the ending where Mason is dead is the canon ending, which is really interesting actually. Yeah, I would say I've mentioned this a few times before, like a lot of things, but unlike the my attachment to the like story and campaigns in Call of Duty sort of stopped after Black Ops 2, you know, especially when they rebooted you know, the different series and all the actors got replaced, and a lot of like Mason and a few other characters were like celebrity voice actors, so like, that kind of makes sense. But apparently Woods got replaced for a variety of different reasons. He would like leak stuff apparently, and apparently he lent his voice to like a Black Ops 3 custom map or something like that without Activision's permission, you know, as Frank Woods. So yeah, apparently they did not like that, so that's probably one of the reasons that he got replaced, but which is a shame. But I mean, it would hurt a lot more if he was the only one that got replaced, but literally all the characters and all the different games got replaced when they got rebooted. So, but all that to say is, you know, the campaign stuff, if it's good, then, you know, that'll be neat. Apparently Cold War's campaign was actually quite good. But yeah, the most interesting thing about the multiplayer portion of that reveal was the omnidirectional movement, which is, you know, that was leaked a little bit ago before the reveal actually happened. Yeah, you can essentially sprint in any direction and dive in any direction, and you know, slide around and stuff. Yeah, I didn't particularly care one way or the other about like the movement system and what they were doing with it, but then they described it as being an action hero, or like bringing the action hero fantasy to life, and a lot of other people likened it to like Max Payne. You're diving around and shooting at the same time. It looked super cool in the trailers, but yeah, I can't wait for the multiplayer in that game to be in a chaotic movement spam fest. And apparently the movement changes, you know, with the omnidirectional stuff is coming to Warzone. So that'll be interesting to see how the sweaty tryhards who take that game way too seriously deal with that. I'm of the opinion that as long as your video game is fun and not like absurdly broken to the point that it's not fun, then, you know, put whatever you want in the game to make it fun. But yeah, everybody and their mother has been talking about this every time this game comes up, but it is going to be the game with the longest development cycle. So along with the multiplayer and the campaign, you know, probably shaping up to be pretty decent. The zombies mode is something that I feel like a lot of people have been excited for, but also concerned about, because Black Ops 4 was Black Ops 4 the last time? No, that was Cold War actually. Yeah, I don't think Cold War Zombies was bad by any means from, you know, watching videos of people who actually played it, but you know, it wasn't everybody's cup of tea. And then with Black Ops 4 being their previous installment of that, it had its good bits, but a lot of it was, you know, mixed on the reception. So they didn't show a lot of it in that reveal, but the stuff that they did show for the zombies looked neat. It's launching with 2 maps, and one of them is going to be like this big prison island thing. Kind of reminds me of One of the Dead, except instead of being blue, it's green. And another thing that I don't think was like explicitly in the trailer, but you're going to be able to play as your operators like in Cold War, or you can also play as a set crew with a story and everything. So I assumed they were going to go with one or the other, but they actually went ahead and allowed you to do both. So I think that's really cool. You know, the zombies lore story people can have like a cohesive like set of characters to go along with the whole narrative aspect of that. Yeah, I was struggling with the MP5 for whatever reason. I think I'm just actually bad at the game. Maybe Call of Duty has been protecting my soft ass with SBMM this whole time. Although I say that, I'm not particularly good at Call of Duty either. So I don't know what that says about me as a person or a Call of Duty player. Oh my god, the sniper. There's nothing more demoralizing than walking around a corner, seeing the giant sniper glint, and then instantly dying before you can turn around and run back around the corner you came from. It's like, oh, I guess I don't get to play the video game today. That's fine. I totally killed that guy, whatever game. Holy shit. Oh, get fucked, idiot. I'm gonna not read that person's name out loud. But yeah, overall, I think I'm actually kind of excited for Black Ops 6. You know, the further we get away from MW2, I think the happier the Call of Duty community would probably be. Bitch. It's that person again. Will I ever escape his tyranny? Die! Oh my god, I got both of them. Eat shit. Oh man, the Elden Ring DLC comes out in like 6 days. Speaking of which, I actually helped my brother earlier yesterday beat Melania for the first time. Yeah, I killed 2 people in the healing ultimate. Oh, I got a 3rd kill. Well, you love to see it. But yeah, it didn't actually take us that long to beat her than I thought it would. It took like an hour. And basically all I did was spam the weapon art on the Moonlight Greatsword while he spammed spells from far away. If you check the Steam page, you can see that for the achievements, you can see that 35% of people have not beaten Moog, which is a requirement to enter the DLC. I wonder what the percentage is for Radon, actually. I should check that. But yeah, I think it's preferable to have your DLC be accessed through beating a hard boss rather than whatever the fuck they did for DS1. Can't imagine what accessing that DLC would have been like if the internet did not exist when it originally came out. I'm better. He's better. Around the same time, the reveal for the future of Destiny, quote unquote, came out. And basically revealed what the episodes going into the future are going to be. So we know that the first episode, you know, it came out already, and it has to do with the Vex and Nessus and everything like that, and the echoes that came out of the Traveler at the end of the campaign. But you know, there's lots of speculation as to who the villain in that like promotional art is, and I think most people are assuming that it's Maya Sundaresh. If you know Destiny 2 lore, then you know. But yeah, if it's not, I'll be really surprised. But yeah, it basically seems so far, you know, with the first week being out of the story for that, it basically seems like, you know, seasons, except maybe they'll be slightly different. We'll have to see as it goes on. But yeah, so far nothing about the episode is really setting itself apart from seasons, which I don't think anybody really expected it to. But surprisingly, a expansion was not announced at the end of the, you know, future plan and reveal, whatever. Yeah, the actual interesting part to me is the 2 other episodes, and I forgot what they're called, so I'm just gonna refer to what was actually in them. So the second episode is about Fickrel, and it's gonna have this like vampire hunter aesthetic, because I guess he's a vampire now, kind of, and you're gonna be able to like mix potions that give you different effects and stuff. It's gonna be super weird. I kind of like how the episodes are not gonna be super related and they can just kind of experiment with stuff like this. But yeah, we'll be able to see what the deal with Fickrel is. And the last season, or the last episode, which is probably the one that the most people are excited for, myself included, is we're going back to the Dreadnought. And, you know, the 3rd episode has a lot less gameplay shown for it. It's a lot more concept art and stuff like that. But some of the weapons and the armor especially, there's like Eris Morn style armor that looks really cool. And there's also like Hive Knight, like Napoleonic style armor that also looks super cool. So that's probably the season I'm most excited for. I keep calling them seasons, but whatever. Oh, get fucked, idiot. But yeah, speaking of Destiny, they've been releasing like just constant banger after banger stuff ever since the Fallen Shape came out. You know, mixed opinions about the beginning of the first episode aside. I think the story is interesting. It's just, you know, the gameplay itself is not really anything groundbreaking or exciting. They recently released a mission called Dual Destiny. It's the mission you have to do to get the new exotic class items that basically allow you to combine 2 different exotic perks, even perks from different classes. So you can get like Hunter or Warlock exotic perks even on your Titan mark, and you know, vice versa with the different classes. It's kind of insane. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how Bungie is gonna handle the balancing nightmare that they've seemingly brought upon themselves with things like Prismatic and the class items, but that's their problem, not mine. If I get to do the fun stuff in the video game, then that's all I really care about. But yeah, the mission you have to do to get it is actually really interesting. It is a 2-player mission, and you have to do it with another person, which is very funny. It's causing people on like the Destiny Reddit. I was gonna be very concerned if that guy killed me. But yeah, a bunch of people are losing their minds and having meltdowns because you have to potentially play with another person and communicate in this MMORPG game. But yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything about the mission or what happens in it, but if you are playing Destiny 2 and you haven't done that mission, I would highly recommend doing it. It is probably one of the coolest missions that they've ever put in the game. And apparently they're also going to be releasing a Grandmaster version of the Excision mission, which is the campaign finale mission with the 12-player activity. So I'm gonna be very interested to see how that goes because yeah, that mission's kind of a clusterfuck in like a really good way, but there's just like a lot going on and people dying constantly all the time. Eat shit. I'd say at the end of the reveal stuff for Destiny 2, you know, after the 3rd episode, they just have a code name for what is happening afterwards, which is called Frontiers. So it's not an expansion, seemingly. I feel like if it was, they would have said that. But I also feel like if it was just another episode, they also would have been able to say that. So it's very interesting that they decided not to reveal anything about it besides its code name. And I have this crackpot theory. I got it from just a random comment that I saw, you know, because the hive armor looks like a ship captain in its like styling and aesthetic. People are assuming that since we're going back to the Dreadnought, we might actually take control of the Dreadnought as a ship and like fly it out of the solar system. And with the code name for the next part of Destiny being called Frontiers, you know, people are like, you know, putting 2 and 2 together and just speculating. And if we do leave the solar system at some point, that'd be really interesting. I feel like they would save that for like a Destiny 3 if we did do that, but maybe they won't. Oh yeah, I remember one last thing I wanted to talk about before I end the video. The Xbox showcase, whatever you want to call it. You know, there was some cool stuff there. You know, Xbox and Microsoft are like completely awful companies who have no consideration or care for developers or whatever the fuck you want to, you know, Xbox bad. You could make good games for them and your studio will still get shut down because my profits or whatever the fuck. But the developers for that, you know, a lot of the stuff looked really cool in that. And the new Doom game that got announced there, Doom, is it Dark Ages or I think it's Doom Dark Ages. Hold on, let me look it up to make sure I'm not talking out of my ass. Yeah, it's called Doom the Dark Ages. The trailer for that looked so cool. I remember seeing it, you know, Doom Eternal was like you're flying around the screen and going super fast, and then Doom the Dark Ages is going to be like you're a tank and you're going to hit shit super, super hard. You know, if there was a sequel to Doom Eternal, I just assumed it was going to be more Doom, but I'm glad that each game in the series so far is like really, really different. You know, 2016 was like kind of grounded, but was still like really cool. And then Eternal was like super fast paced, balls to the wall, like bordering on character action, but with guns. And then Doom Dark Ages is going to be something completely different in terms of gameplay and its aesthetic and setting. Oh, it looks so cool. Also, new Gears of War game got announced. It's probably not coming out for a really long time because a lot of the stuff shown at the Xbox event is not going to come out for a while. But yeah, the new Gears of War game, E-Day or Emergence Day, is a prequel set before the first game. I remember being really into Gears of War when I was like way younger. Me and my brother would play through the campaign and play the Horde mode in the different games. Oh, those games are so good. I recently saw a clip of somebody playing what I'm assuming was Gears of War 5. They were playing multiplayer. And just like the crazy tech of like wall bouncing with the Nasher and stuff. It's like so like goofy, but also really cool. But yeah, I hope the new game has a Horde mode. That'd be really good. Also, why aren't Gears 2 and 3 on PC? I'm pretty sure the remaster of 1 is on PC, but I don't know if it's on Steam. It might be on the Microsoft Store. Also, last thing for real this time, Monster Hunter World, Jesus Christ. Monster Hunter Wilds announced that there was going to be crossplay in the game. So, you know, probably the most requested feature. I think they even said it at some point. That crossplay was the most requested feature for a future Monster Hunter game. And with Wilds, we're finally getting that. So yeah, finally the community will no longer be split apart by platform choice. I really need to finish Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak. I should probably do that at some point. But yeah, before I yap any longer than I need to, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. So if you did enjoy this video and want to help support the channel, then leaving a like and subscribing would be very much appreciated. Anyways, later.